discovery meeting, what we do is it's our session 2 is what we call it, and that is what we call our interactive mood board meeting. And interactive literally means that it's IRL. So what we do is we find a bunch of logos for branding projects. We find a bunch of logos. It's never our day cloud work because we want the clients to have the ability to be as honest and open as possible during this meeting. And so we always find other people's work, and we print out a bunch of little cards of logos, and we lay them all out on the table, lay them all out flat on the table, and then we have the clients go through and they make 3 piles of cards. One is the pile they love, one is a pile they hate, and the third is a pile that they just can't decide. It's kind of like the maybe, or it's like a I don't really know pile. So, and then what we do is they'll go through, sometimes this process is a little bit excruciating, but stick with it. Sometimes clients take almost 10 years to decide what cards go in one pile.
Exaggerating at all.
But then there's other clients who are like, no, yes, yes, no, no, no. And, and so like you just have to kind of go with the flow of however they're operating. I purposely try to find cards that are very, very, very diverse. And I actually want clients to find cards that they hate. And I want clients obviously to find cards that they love as well, but like I want them to have strong reactions to them. And so I always make sure that we have a very wide variety of cards that we are laying out for them to choose from. So then what I do is I get rid of all the hate piles, and I actually get rid of the maybe piles too, because I want to create artwork that a client doesn't feel maybe about. I want to create artwork that a client absolutely loves. So then I zero in on the loves. And then what I'll do is I'll spread out all the love cards again. After we've gone through our whole pile, I'll spread out the love cards again, and I'll say, okay, so point out or show me which cards are your favorite when it comes to the colors on the card. And then they'll pick 2 or 3, and then I'll take a photo of that and I'll say, these are the colors. And then I'll say, okay, show me the cards that you absolutely love, the icon or the artwork that's on this card. And so they'll pull out those 2 or 3, and I'll take a picture of those. And keeping in mind the whole time, I'm always putting the whole love pile back together in between each session. So usually what ends up happening is like 1 or 2 will kind of come out as they love the colors, they love the type, they love the icon, and then they will like essentially whittle it down to those 2 or 3 that they love from all 3 pieces. They'll whittle it down to those 2, and then I know, okay, those are their most favorite pieces from here. And so then they do kind of a little pile from the loves of the icons, they do a pile for colors, and then they do a pile for the typography that they love. And so from there, I'll take photos, and then I'll make them choose 2 finals that they absolutely love, and then I'll take pictures of those. And then, as you'll see later on, we actually bring those cards back into our presentation whenever we present stylescapes and the logos to our clients. We'll present those cards within the presentation.
And seeing what they don't like can still tell you a lot about what they will like, even if they haven't said, I like this.
Yeah.
Our designers and Liz are able to look at that and infer things based on things that they're putting in the note file as well.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
It's all helpful.
Yeah, it is all helpful. That's true. The reason we started doing this specific part of our branding process, this interactive mood board part, is that we actually had a client who kept telling us that they wanted a logo that was abstract. And when I went to art school, abstract meant it doesn't like mean anything. It's literally so abstract that like there's not an object that you can infer from that image, right? Like it has no meaning. That's what abstract means. And it seriously, this is a fail that I'll probably talk about later, but it seriously created like so many iterations of that logo, because this whole time she kept saying, I want it abstract. And what she actually meant was that she wanted the letters stylized. She wanted the letters of her logo to be stylized, not abstract, even though that's what she kept saying. So anyway, all that to say, it's because of that I have stopped asking clients to describe to me with words what they want. Now I'm asking clients to show me in the pictures that I give them what they want. And then we can figure out from there if what I'm showing you is playful and you think it's professional or whatever, you know, like we can figure out the language from there. But as long as we can see the same picture and know what it is, like then we can figure it out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's fun to get them up out of their chairs and moving around.
Yeah.
And it's nice to just have that active participation element.
Yeah.
And it really helps them get involved, because there's even people that they're like, I don't know, you guys are the experts, and but we still need them to go through the process, because we need them to like it, and we want them to love it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And once you start moving pieces around, however long it takes, it ends up being pretty fun.
Yeah, that's true. They do. I think the clients do find a lot of value in it as well. That's all for today. You have to tune in next week to see all the mock-ups and see the actual artwork and stuff that we created for this e-card sub-brand. We'll show you real live examples of
mild, medium, spicy,
of what we actually presented to the client and how we did that and stuff. It'll start with what we call stylescapes, and then I'll talk you through our logo presentation as well. And then that's all, folks.
We'll tell you which one they chose.
Yeah.
That's all, folks. Like and subscribe, and if you have anything else you want us to cover, put it in the comment.
See you later.